Hey drivers, I am taking a look at an early case here and removing all of the studs. It's a little bit of a mundane chore to go through all of this, which I'll share with you, but it's giving me an opportunity to let my mind wander a little bit towards the future. So I thought I'd do a quick video and combine the two, share a little bit about like just a tiny glimpse of what's coming up for Haptic Garage in the future, including VW Run 25. What are you doing? You wanting attention again? So for those interested, this is an early case, not a very high value case. It's got its 6mm oil pump studs down here. It's an H case, so it's single relief. Look here for that, and we don't see the dual relief down here. A little bit of corrosion here on one of the places where you screw your cooling tins in. Yeah, you can see this thing is maybe sat in some water at some point. Not too bad. Has the teeny weeny little oil galleys here. 10mm studs. This one has a pretty significant ridge there on the deck. So this one needs to be decked. Oh, just your run-of-the-mill crusty old case. Reason I'm removing the studs is twofold. Number one, it's a lot easier to store these things when they're like this sized and not when they're this sized. The risk of doing this is stripping out the threads where these studs are. But you know, the thing is that risk always exists. And of course, the solution for that is to drill this, tap it, put in some case savers. And I imagine when we get around to using this case someday, that's what we'll do. So now, let's get these studs out and then we'll crack the case and just see what we have inside there. One thing I noticed that's making this interesting is on the case, oh, I might have knocked it all off now. There it is. It all fell down here when I picked the case up. But these are little shreds of magnesium. So it's possible that this case has been line bored. Just looking here in the number 4 bearing, that looks pretty smooth to me. And back here. So that's kind of an interesting history. When I reach in to the number 2 bearing, I don't feel a ridge. So maybe somebody line bored this case and then found a different problem and abandoned it, or something caused the project to end and eventually land in my hands. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more of a clue about that. Even the thrust looks smooth. Let's just do a measurement for funsies here. We'll quickly measure the thrust surface, or the width here of this bearing saddle, to see if maybe it's been cut. Oh, there's something weird. Stay tuned for that. Something really weird on here. Kind of see what I'm doing there, right? Where we end up is, whoa, so that's 0.775 with a 9, so that's 0.784. So we'll check this with some bearings in a minute and see if we're getting lucky here. That's as deep of a cut as you would ever want, and I think a lot of people would be out at this point. We can also see here that the dowel pin has rolled. This is an oil galley there, but this is where the dowel pin's supposed to be. So this case has had some hard knocks. That would put it in either the scrap pile or the experimentation pile. I can mess something up when maybe I'm decking here and I won't be out a whole lot. But we'll decide all of that another day. For now, let's get these studs out of here. just need to get them loose, and then we'll use the air ratchet to take them the rest of the way out. This one doesn't feel right. That one, I don't know. That one may be coming apart on us. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of magnesium in there. So yeah, that case savers is of course what solves that. I would want to discover this now rather than later. This one too is a little bit eaten up. I've been doing a lot of these, as you can see, and we've actually had really good luck. They're all coming out clean. Now that I turned the camera on, we're getting a few that are torn up, but that's all right. Let's knock out the rest of these. About 1.5 years ago, we did the Hard Times engine build thing. Ongoing, but it went well. I had a string of about 10 weeks there where I was able to post a video every single week, which was awesome. And then some things got a little bit crazy, good things, and it just broke the whole sequence, and I got out of the habit of posting every week. Well, I want to do that again, so I'm working on some videos for the new year. I've actually have one done from about that time that things went haywire, and I'm going to get a couple more done and try and post regularly in the new year. All on me to get it done, but that's my intent. Which also means VW Run 25 is in my head. I need to give a big shout out to Annie from Annie's VW. She has kind of been the standard bearer, just quietly continuing to do her thing and always putting that hashtag VW Run 24. It did not go unnoticed, and I think it's awesome that she has carried the weight of that communal initiative of, hey, let's just, you know, put our intentions out there, just make our own commitment, put it out there, and give people updates to increase the chance that more of us get more done on our projects. And she's the example at this point. Well, I want to be a part of it again in next year. So VW Run 25, as far as I'm concerned, is a thing. I encourage everybody else to be thinking during the holiday season here of what they want to accomplish, and then at the time of your choosing, make it known, and then see if you can get a little bit more done than you otherwise would have in the new year. Gonna make some noise here. So it begs the question, what have I been doing the last 1.5 years? Well, there's, you know, a couple of videos and some shows where we did live streams and that kind of a thing. So I haven't been absent, but I sure haven't been very active either. I had to make some decisions. I've made some elective commitments, some family responsibilities that I'm grateful to be able to pursue, which means pretty big changes around here. I did shoot a lot of video during a lot of it, and that's the stuff that I'm editing now. I want to share it with you just kind of sequentially as we get into the new year. But suffice it to say that I love these engines. I love learning about machining, and I want to scale up, and I want to do it in a way that helps all of you. In fact, I think that's the only way that I'm going to be able to pull it off. That's the unexpected benefit of having been posting all these Haptic Garage videos for the last 6 years or so, is I was able to share my hobby. Even though it was an expense to me, it's an entertainment budget dollars thing, right? So no biggie that it costs me money every year to do this, because the support that I get back from all of you is unexpected, but greatly and deeply appreciated. I think we can scale all of it up, right? What we do here at Haptic Garage, but what I'm able to do for you. That's really where my head is what can I do with this that helps you in a meaningful way? And I don't have the answer yet, but I think you just have to go in head first to figure those kinds of things out. Yeah, that's what we've mostly been seeing. Smells like burnt oil. Want to make sure that all of the fasteners are off and there's no washers, like the wavy washers can kind of lock in the threads and cause problems. We're clear. I have an absolutely no screwdrivers policy on opening cases. I was looking at one in a swap meet. Good guy that was showing me the case that he wanted to sell me, and he was getting a little bit impatient with it, and he was about to stick a screwdriver in it. That would have been a deal breaker for me. We did get it open while he was looking for a screwdriver. I was able to get the thing open, and it kind of saved the deal, to be honest. But yeah, not even up here. I don't want gouges on the case, because you just don't have to do that. I usually start there. Seems like it's the pins that get seized up. Some cases have more to bang on than others, but basically the same idea. Just find something. And just work it a little bit. It'll bind if you try to go too far at once. This is the one that's given us the most resistance today, but it'll give up. Okay, it's opening up now. This curl seemed to work so well, I'm going to do it again here. Why not? There we go. This one was pretty stubborn, but still, we didn't need to gouge up the case. Practically speaking, this isn't a huge deal up here because it doesn't seal anything. The seal is basically everywhere else, but just out of good standard practice and for the principle of it, it can be done. Anyway, this is a bit corroded here, so may actually need another line bore. Let's see, I actually have one of these right here. Let's see how much it's been bored out to this point. More than first. Ooh, maybe more than second. That looks like third oversized to me. So yeah, I don't think there's too many people out there that would be excited about using this case. It's really been bored out. The dowel pin on the #1 main is messed up. We can deal with that. But it's this thrust here that stinks so much. I found a set of bearings that should fit this case for a 10 under crank. Here's the exciting thing. I'm pretty sure I have a 10 under crank. But let's see how these feel. They should be okay. But that number just, I don't know. I'd like a little more meat on the bone. We'll just see what happens. Here's what we need, the #1. We've got that really thick flange there because this is a second oversized thrust. You see the dowel hole would be like that. That's what we don't want, but let me make sure I get it. Yeah, I need to get it seated on there. Hey. Look at that. That's snug. That's gonna be snug. And that's gonna be snug. And how about... that might be a little too snug, but we'll clean that one up. So this looks like whoever align board this knew what they were doing. And we're going to be in good shape with that set of bearings. I might just keep these together now. We may have the beginning of something. But wait, there's more. We've been investing in Haptic Garage in various ways. One of those ways is a bunch of parts. So this case, it's one of many. I was fortunate to help a buddy clear out some of his stash, and I ended up with a bunch of engine cases. Here's the ones that came from that. We're going to add them to the pile. There's a mix of early cases and late cases here. So there's an early, there's a late, there's a late, late. So there's some good candidates in here too. I have one more that I need to remove the studs from, then we'll be able to store this all compact like and be in good shape. Future hard times engine building going on. While it's not a good candidate for a serious build, it is a good candidate for some experiments. Just learning how to do decking a little bit better. So it could be a good practice case. In all things, try to find the good. I guess I just wanted to check in and wish everybody happy holiday, let you know I'm doing fine. I intend to go to the VW getaway at the end of January, so hope to see a lot of you there. But until then, get out in your garage, keep the project alive, drive the dream. We'll see you soon.